to Basic Electrical Engineering. In this lecture, we will discuss about some numerical questions on DC motor, mainly for the speed equation and the torque equation of the DC motor. So let's start. Here it is the first question. A 6-pole lap-connected DC shunt motor has 500 conductors in the armature. Armature and field winding resistances are 0.05 ohms and 25 ohms respectively. So find the speed of the motor when it takes 120 ampere from 100 volt DC supply, where the flux per pole is given by 20 milliweber. So let's see the solution. Here it is the DC shunt motor, so you can draw the circuit diagram of the shunt motor. So this is the supply voltage. It is the armature winding resistance, back EMF. And this is the shunt field winding resistance. So the voltage here is given as 100 volt. It is 100 volt given. So supply voltage is 100 volt. And the shunt field winding resistance RSH is 25 ohms. So here we can find the value of ISH, that will be equal to V upon RSH, where V is 100, RSH is 25. So the field current ISH will be equal to 4 ampere. So here it is ISH. This is the total current or the line current, and this is the armature current. Now, as the total current is given here 120 ampere, therefore we can find the armature current IA. It will be equal to IL minus ISH, that is 120 minus 4, and it will be 116 ampere. Therefore, the back EMF can be calculated as V minus IA into RA. So back EMF will be V matlab supply voltage 100 minus armature current 116 into armature winding resistance, that is 0.05. Therefore, the value of the back EMF will get 94.2 volt. This is the back EMF developed in the machine. Now we have to find the speed. So we know that the back EMF is represented as Z phi P N upon 60A. So from there we can write N is equal to 60A into EB by Z phi into P. Here it is the 6-pole lap connected. Therefore, the value of A will be equal to 6. The back EMF we have calculated, it is 94.2. So it is 94.2 volt. Z is the total number of conductors. Here it is given as 500. Flux per pole is 20 milliweber. So it will be converted into Weber. So 20 into 10 to the power minus 3. and then the number of pole, that is 6. It is given in the question. So after solving this value, we'll get the speed of the motor as 565 RPM. So this is the answer. The next question is, a 4-pole DC shunt motor working on 220 volt DC supply takes a line current of 3 ampere at no load while running at 1500 RPM. So determine the speed of the motor when it takes a line current of 50 amperes. The armature and field winding resistances are given as 0.2 ohms and 400 ohms respectively. So let's see the solution. So first of all, we can find the shunt field winding current, that is ISH. It will be equal to V upon RSH, because here the motor is the DC shunt motor. The voltage, supply voltage is 220 volt and the shunt field winding resistance is 400. Therefore, the current will be 0.55 ampere. That is the field winding current. At no load condition, the line current is given as, let's say, IL0. It is given as 3 ampere. Therefore, at no load condition, the armature current will be equal to, that is A naught, that is armature current at no load condition. It will be equal to IL0 minus ISH, that will be 3 minus 0.55, and it will be 2.45 ampere. Therefore, the back EMF at no load condition will be equal to V minus armature current at no load into armature winding resistance, where V is the supply voltage, that is 220. No load armature current is 2.45 and the armature winding resistance is 0.2. Therefore, the value of the back EMF at no load condition will be 219.51 volt. So this is the back EMF at no load condition. Now consider the loaded condition. During loaded condition, the total line current is given as 50 ampere. This is the total line current at loaded condition. Therefore, the armature current at loaded condition will be line current minus shunt field winding current, 50 minus 0.55. So it will be 49.45 ampere. Therefore, the back EMF at loaded condition will be V minus armature current at loaded condition into armature winding resistance, that is 220 minus 49.45 into armature winding resistance, that is 0.2. So after calculation, we'll get the value of back EMF as 210.11 volt. So this is the back EMF at loaded condition, and here it is the back EMF at no load condition. We know that for a DC shunt motor, the speed is proportional to back EMF upon flux. Now, if we consider flux is constant, because in both the condition the shunt field current is same, therefore the flux can be considered as the constant value. Therefore, the speed of the motor at loaded condition upon speed of the motor at no load condition can be written as back EMF at loaded condition upon back EMF at no load condition. As the phi is constant, so it will be this. So Now the value of speed at loaded condition will be EBL into NO upon EPO. So back EMF at loaded condition, that is 210.11 upon back EMF at no load condition, that is 219.51, and speed of the machine at no load condition is given as 1500 rpm. Therefore, after solving this value, we'll get the speed of the motor at loaded condition is 1436 rpm. So this is the answer. Now see the next question. A 230 volt DC shunt generator has the armature resistance of 0.4 ohm and field resistance 120 ohms. If the machine runs as a motor by connecting it across 230 volt supply, find the ratio of the speed as a generator to the speed as a motor. The line current in each case is 45 ampere. So let's see the solution. The shunt field winding current of the DC shunt machine can be written as V upon RSH, where the supply voltage is 230 and the value of RSH is 120. So the shunt field current will be 1.9 ampere. Now when the machine is working as a generator, in this case the line current or the load current is 45 ampere. Therefore, for generator, the armature current is the sum of the load current and the field winding current. So it would be 45 plus 1.9, that will be 46.9 ampere. And the generated EMF is written as voltage across the load plus the drop, that is armature current into armature winding resistance. So here the voltage is 230 plus 46.9 into armature winding resistance is 0.4. And after solving, we'll get the generated EMF as 248.76 volt. So this is the generated EMF when the machine is working as a generator. Now consider the machine is working as a motor. So in this case, the line current is again 45 ampere, and in case of motor, the armature current will be line current minus field current. So here it will be 45 minus 1.9, and that is 43.1 ampere. Therefore, the back EMF can be calculated as supply voltage minus voltage drop in the armature winding. So the supply voltage is 230, armature current is 43.1, and the armature winding resistance is 0.4. So the value of back EMF we will get as 212.76 volt. So this is the back EMF when the machine is working as a motor. Now, as the speed is proportional to back EMF upon flux, similarly in case of generator we can write this is the speed of the motor. In case of speed of the generator we can write it will be proportional to generated EMF upon flux. Therefore, we can write the speed of the generator upon speed of the motor, and it will be generated EMF upon back EMF into phi upon phi. As the machine is same, that is the shunt machine, therefore the flux will be constant because flux is proportional to ISH, so it can be considered as constant value. That's why flux can be cancelled. So the speed of the generator will be speed of the motor into generated EMF upon back EMF, and the speed of the motor here is we have to find the ratio. So here we can write speed of the motor will be equal to Eg, that is 248.76 upon the back EMF is 212.76, and this value will be 1.169. So Ng upon Nm, that is speed of the generator to the speed of the motor, can be represented as 1.169, or we can write Ng is to Nm will be equal to 1.169 is to 1. So this is the answer. Now the question number 4. The armature resistance of a 200 volt separately excited DC motor is 0.12 ohm. It runs at a speed of 600 rpm with constant torque. Load and draw a current of 21 ampere. Calculate its new speed if the field current is reduced by 10%. So let's see the solution. Here the values are given. The supply voltage is 200 volt. The line current is 21 ampere. As it is a separately excited machine, separately excited DC motor, so in this case the line current and the armature current is same. So IA will be equal to IL, and it will be equal to 21 ampere. Consider this is the first case. So this is the armature current for the first case. This is the line current for the first case. The speed of the machine for the first condition is N1, and it is given as 600 rpm. Therefore, the back EMF in first condition can be written as V minus IA1 into RA, that is 200 minus 21 into armature winding resistance is 0.12. So the back EMF of the initial condition is 197.48 volt. Now we know that the torque is proportional to flux into armature current. Therefore, torque in the first condition can be written as T1 proportional to phi1 into IA1, and similarly torque in the second case will be proportional to phi2 into IA2. Now in this question it is given as the torque will remain constant. the torque will remain constant. Therefore, T2 will be equal to T1, or we can write IA2 into phi 2 should be equal to IA1 into phi 1, or we can write IA2 is equal to IA1 into phi 1 by phi 2. The initial armature current is 21, and here it is given as the field current is reduced by 10%. Remember one thing, in case of separately excited DC motor, the flux is proportional to field current. So if the field current is reduced by 10%, that means the flux will also reduce by 10%. Therefore, the value of phi 2 will be equal to 0.9 of phi 1, because the final flux will be 10% less than that of the initial flux. That's why phi 2 will be equal to 0.9 of phi 1. So here in phi 1 by phi 2, we can write as 1 by 0.9. Phi 1 by phi 2 will be equal to 1 upon 0.9. Therefore, the current, armature current in the second condition will be 23.33 ampere. So this is the armature current in the second condition when the field current is reduced by 10%. So the back EMF in the second condition will be V minus IA2 into RA, that is 200 minus 23.33 into 0.12, and here it will be 197.2 volts. So this is the back EMF for the second condition. So the speed for the second condition upon speed for the first condition will be EB2 by phi 2 into phi 1 by EB1, or we can write EB2 by EB1 into phi 1 by phi 2. Here EB2 is 197.2. EB1 back EMF in the first case is 197.48, and phi 1 upon phi 2 will be equal to 1 upon 0.9. Therefore, the speed of the rotor in the second case will be equal to into N1, and N1, that is the speed in the initial condition, is 600 RPM. So after solving all these values, we will get N2 as 665.7 RPM. So this will be the final speed of the motor when the flux is reduced or the field current is reduced by 10%. Now, question number 5. A 4-pole 220 volt DC shunt motor has the armature and field resistances are 0.2 ohm and 220 ohms respectively. It takes 20 ampere current at 220 volt from the source while running at a speed of 1000 RPM. So find the field current, armature current, back EMF, and the torque developed. So the solution here, given the supply voltage as 220 volt, line current, that is IL, is 20 ampere, armature winding resistance RA is 0.2, and shunt field winding resistance is given as 220 ohms, and the speed of the rotor is given as 1000 rpm. So first of all, we can calculate the shunt field current, that is ISH. And if we draw the DC shunt motor where the armature winding and the field windings are connected in parallel across the supply voltage. So here it is the V, this is the line current IL, it is the armature current IA, field current ISH, field winding resistance RSH. Here it is the armature resistance RA, and this is the back EMF EB. So the value of ISH will be equal to V upon RSH. So it will be V upon RSH. V is 220, RSH is also 220. So ISH will be equal to 1 ampere. Now the armature current of a DC motor can be calculated by IL minus ISH. Here IL is 20 given ISH is 1 ampere. Therefore, the armature current will be 19 ampere. So this is the field current. This is the armature current. Now, the back EMF. The back EMF can be calculated by the formula V minus IA into RA. V here is 220, IA is 19, and the armature winding resistance here is 0.2. So after solving, we'll get the back EMF as 216.2 volt. So this is the back EMF. Now the mechanical power developed in the armature, that is Pmech, it can be calculated as EB into IA, that is 216.2 into armature current, that is 19. So this value will be 4107.8 watt. Therefore, the torque developed in the armature is given by 9.55 into mechanical power developed in the armature upon the speed. So it will be 9.55 into 4107.8 upon the speed here is 1000, that is given in the question. So after solving, we'll get the torque developed in the armature is 39.23 Newton meter. So this is the answer. The next question is, a DC shunt generator delivers 50 kilowatt at 250 volt when running at 500 rpm. The armature and field winding resistances are 0.05 and 125 ohms respectively. So calculate the speed of the same machine and develop torque when running as a motor and taking 50 kilowatt power at 250 volt. Allow 1 volt per brush for the contact drop. So here is the solution. First of all, we consider the machine as generator. So when the machine is considered as a generator, the output power here is 50 kilowatt. The supply voltage, the voltage across the load is 250 volt, and the speed of the generator is 500 rpm. The armature resistance is 0.05 and shunt field winding resistance is 125 ohms. So we can find the load current or IL as output power upon the voltage across the load. So output power is 50 kilowatt. It should be converted into watt upon the voltage, that is 250. So here the line current will be 200 ampere. Now the shunt field current ISH is V upon RSH, where V is 250, RSH is 125. So field current will be 2 ampere. Therefore, the armature current will be, in case of generator, it is IL plus ISH. So it will be 200 plus 2, that is 202 ampere. And the generated EMF will be VL plus IA into RA. So here it will be 250 plus 202 into armature winding resistance, that is 0.05. So the generated EMF in the machine will be 262.1 volt. This is the generated EMF when the machine is working as a generator. Now the machine is working as a motor. So again, in this case, the line current IL, that is the supply current, will be the input power upon the supply voltage. So it will be 200 ampere. In case of motor, the armature current is given as line current minus ISH. So it will be 200 minus 2, that is 198 ampere. And the back EMF will be V minus IA into RA, that is 250 minus 198 into 0.05. And after solving, we'll get the back EMF as 238.1 volt. So this is the value of the back EMF when the machine is working as a motor. So the speed of the machine when it is working as a motor upon speed of the machine when it is working as a generator can be written as back EMF upon generated EMF, or the speed of the motor will be speed of the generator into back EMF upon generated EMF. Therefore, the speed of the motor will be, here the speed of the generator is 500 rpm, back EMF is 238.1, and the generated EMF is 262.1. So we'll get the speed of the motor as 454.2 rpm. So this is the speed of the motor that is 454.2 rpm. And the torque of the machine, it is given as AB into IA by 2 pi n upon 60. So it can be written as back EMF as 238.1. Armature current of the motor is 198 upon 2 pi into speed of the motor, that is 454.2 upon 60. So it can be multiplied in the numerator. And after solving, we'll get the torque of the motor, torque of the armature in a motor is 991.2 Newton meter. So here it is the speed of the motor and the torque developed in the armature of the motor. That is the answer. Thank you.